Hi lovelies, welcome to my life and tarot. This is hashtag into the pips, aka learning pips, journey into the pips, and number 4. We are talking about the 4s today. So number 4 is divine principle, the sacred number, and it means or shows the basis of all 4 elements coming together and gives the material body its power or support, so to speak. This is all the elements coming together to support the material embodiment of a person and just about everything. So number 4 is the spirit, the mind, the body, and the soul coming together, and also all 4 elements: earth, fire, air, and water. Divine principle or divine coming together, and this is like the order and law, also the stability and strength obtained through all those things. If you think of it, this is like the base of the house. Without the basis or strong basis, and you can't build anything on, or it won't last long. So we need a strong basis, and number 4 stands for this basis. So this is the, like I said, the stronghold and strength somewhat, also the starting of the building. So number 4 means now that when we made an idea or the spark in number 1 and we clashed the different options with number 2, with number 3 the opposites, the options became 1, and number 4 is now that allows us to start building on it. So the unity of all the elements outside and elements of a person. Also stability and security, and the status quo, so to speak. Let's start with the swords now in the light of this. The Visconti's Forza Pierpont Morgan shows this stability or the basis of the idea. There's beautiful, and I can't tell how it is, but this is beautifully and equally intertwined together. And with the swords, this one doesn't show much else, so you can read this one. As the swords are covered, this is not a bad situation, but the solid, secure idea and standpoint and the things that allow us to speak out with stable knowledge, and as if we remind us the sacred number part, then this has the support of the, let's say, universe or whatever you are believing in behind it. Here you can see in the Marseille deck the huge flower which is protected inside there, and this also shows the intertwined everything like the usual Marseille style is, but the huge flower blooming, the protected, the solid, how sturdy is the stem of this flower, and showing the solidness and the secureness of this situation. This is like you can rely on those ideas and words that you are going to either hear or do or say. Reliability and the basis. In this deck, the swords are not clashed, but working with one intention, like wands. They are centered. And the flowers, I'm holding it upside down. The flowers, this deck doesn't have much foliage on the pips. The flowers in this one tell again about the now growing and building part, and all the elements coming together, all the ideas, all the elements of the idea or the plan is now beautifully weaved or pointed together, so it can be started the building on this. This deck also shows the stable, solid basis. The swords are leaning on each other and working together. All the elements coming together, all the ideas, all the stable structure. In here, pretty much it's the Marseille style, so you can see again the flower growing out, and in here the swords are balanced, so two are this way and they are like working together with each other, although opposites when we think about the fire and water, and they can destroy each other, but when applied equally, then they are working together to create a one purpose or one universe, one earth, one person. Now, more unconventional, the illustrated, no, the scenic pips. In here you can see two swords pointing up, two are pointing down. A person is sitting on the island reading a book, and I'm not sure if you can see it. He like looks at the sword and gestures the wait a minute or I need more time. So this is more like a tiny hint towards the Rider-Waite as the taking the time off to gather all the information. I would read this deck like this. The basis or the idea in this deck is not ready yet. You need some study, some maybe soul searching, so to speak, as he is on an island. And there's water, and he is in red, so you can see all the elements are actually represented here. The air, the water, the fire with the clothing, and he is still getting into his power, not ready yet. Something has yet to be learned so the basis can be built. It's like the before, after 3, but before 4. It's like in between in this deck. In this one, there are 2 opposites sides, different tents, different clothing, and they are drinking something and like mingling or talking. So this tells the intertwining and the opposites working together. This is not the clashing of the opposites anymore. This is now where you can build this house or future on. So they are taking the time off to create this future. If this card would come up in a reading, I would read it like the truth, and also celebrating the accomplishment of the peaceful solutions, and or telling us that aim to create peaceful solutions so the base can be stronger where you can build on. In this deck, it shows the Rider-Waite hint very strongly. Although the Rider-Waite card tells about taking the time off, the rest before the battle and everything like that, actually there is no person on the card. There are tombs like in here. The tombs of nobility looked like the Rider-Waite card, and also this one. I can't recall how they were actually called, but this is the rest or peaceful rest we get after death, which means in my country there's a saying that when you can rest, or when someone tells you get some rest, everything, when you have really busy times, then the person replies that I can rest when I'm in the coffin. And I believe this is not the saying from around here. It's really old saying, and people in old times didn't have time to rest, and I believe that the 4 in Rider Waite, at least for me, is the no time to rest thing, taking the time off for the sake of the body needing to rest, but actually with the knowing that you can rest all you want but still have to go on building your house. Something like that. So in here I would even go for sad, because both the female and male are dead, like, and I would read this one not as a resting or but this is maybe inheritance, something that comes out of the, let's say, the losing something or someone. So not so good card, maybe this one. I would read that in a different way, but still something you can build on upon this loss or letting go of something. This one, for me, it shows the how the tools and everything are used in here. It shows the shield behind everything, the stable structure. Within you can see the helmet, the glove, and it's on the back side of the shield where you actually hold on to. So it is supporting the shield and gives this idea of right now is the time where your ideas are protected, and the solid base of your actions can now be built further upon this moment. So this card tells me more about the protection and the stability in the situation. In this one, I want to say it's more the right thing, the resting, the taking time off, looking into yourself, and something like this one, the need to get something before, the need to look into ourselves before going along with the path. And this one, if read as Rider Waite, this sword shows the laying down person, and if you look at the Rider Waite, 3 swords are on the wall there. But if you read it as pip deck, then I would say something is missing from the stability here, because the swords are not aligned. Something has fallen off or is not ready to be in this pattern yet. So again, the in-between situation between the 3 and 4 meaning with this card, waiting of the stability to occur, or the stable ideas or situations to occur. How many are we? How many minutes are we in? I'm checking real quick. 19. Okay, I'm trying to do it faster. Staves, so, or wands. Again, there are actions. Like the swords, pretty much the same image, but you can't see where the staves are pointing. So this is more stable than the swords because they were all pointing like downwards. This is beautifully patterned order. Order in creation, order in actions, the actual base of building. So does this, the foliage coming out of every direction shows the blooming possibilities of this situation, the blossoming power behind the creativity, the actions, the work. Whichever card is beside it, it will tell you, but it is really promising growth, this one. So does this. All the staves or wands or the batons are backs together and facing outwards or going outwards, with the foliage showing that everything will just burst into expansion with this one. Expansion is coming along. This, again, Marseille style, the foliage growing both ways, the stable foundation. This one as well, beautifully tied together with red and blue ribbon. And as you can see, ribbon has no knot, so it shows that the structure is strong enough without the outside interference. No need to reinforce, but now you can actually build on it. This card doesn't show the stable foundation as much. This looks like more of the balance of the tools now working together, and the blossoming part is more shown in this one. The upper part feeding or giving nourishment to the lower part, and lower part getting this and sending it upwards again, but they are not touching each other, so they are not yet together. I want to say this is again this being in between, not yet ready to build on, but a great possibility to go forth with the plans and actions. This one shows the what bird is this? Let me see. Oh, sorry. See if it focus. Peacock. Peacock to me is always showing not only beauty but a little bit of vanity. So for me this card tells that don't get peacocky with what you have now created or where you have worked yourself. You have still a lot to do. This is an accomplishment, but you are not yet on the halfway. Even you have gained some stability, but don't go being looking down on others because of that, or feeling that you have now reached something. The wands or the batons are still flying in the air, so you need to get on with what you are doing and with your plans. This is not the end, this is only the beginning, the first win, so to speak. In here it is a lot. It's a lot like that sound is not a usual around here. I haven't even heard it, not once, no once, but really rare. So 4 of batons in this one is more of the celebration and dancing part of the Rider-Waite system style. Yet if you remember the peacock, I want to say that you can celebrate this reaching of the stability and foundation, and you maybe should, but keep in mind that this is not, don't get peacocky. This as well, they are enjoying themselves, singing and partying, looks like, but the wands or the batons are not yet structured. So with this one, where this one showed the structure, so this is celebration of a foundation reached. This one is premature, I want to say. The foundation is not built yet, and they are already celebrating, and they look somewhat drunk, I want to say. So they got peacocky and rushed into the celebration before it was actually stable and finished. This is celebration also, I want to say. The beautiful wreath or fruit wreath thing in here. This truly shows the growth and possibility of growth and the stable situation you can or are entitled to now celebrate. The first blooms of your building are already visible, so if it's work related, first maybe promotion or the first results of whatever you were creating or going after, your first results are in. Little celebration is in order. This one is a lovers, like I would go with this one for the relationship building way. The opposites now came together, and opposites in two now are no opposites anymore. This is a blossoming and beautiful foundation has been created for this relationship. As relationship is fiery sometimes, so this one I would read as a relationship card, and the foundation of the relationship that has been built and gained. And this one is pretty much rather whitish, but without people. Yet again, the stable structure and the hard castle shows that it is time to enjoy and rejoice this gained stability. I am cutting this off here and I'm doing separate video because I think the hour-long videos are too much to watch. So I'm doing the coins and cups separately, and we'll keep on doing it like this, because first of all it takes a long time for you to work yourself through, and also my mind gets carried away and I forget so much little details I would want to add when I'm doing it in the row like this with one sitting, because if I'm talking alone I sometimes forget some things, and if I teach here the conversation is two ways and I get my flows better flowing this way. But yeah, these were number 4 swords and wands, and the cups and coins are coming in a separate video. Thank you for watching and happy pipping!